Mr. Coco presents Ivan Milat, the backpacker killer. Ivan Robert Marko Milat was implicated in a series of backpacker murders in Australia, as well as robberies and sexual assaults. The media, once aware of the story, started to name him as the backpacker murderer. His method involved picking up hitchhikers on the highway and taking them to the remote and isolated Belanglo forest, where he took their lives. Ivan had behavioral problems from a very young age. By 18, he was already in prison for theft. His crimes later only escalated. He kidnapped and assaulted two 18-year-olds on the highway and ran away before his trial. The absence of evidence resulted in his release after capture, and he later secured a job as a truck driver. He eventually married, but after separating from his wife, the killings escalated. Australian police started noticing the disappearance of several tourists who were never located. All of them had in common that they were hitchhiking on the highway connecting Sydney to Melbourne. The remains of the victims were ultimately located in Belanglo State Forest. It was not until the year 1992 that two tourists, while exploring the area, noticed a strong odor that guided them to a dead body. Subsequently, the police conducted a search in the region. This is how remains of dozens of victims began to surface. New Gales's government announced a reward of $500,000 for information leading to the capture of the serial killer. A young British man named Paul Onions finally contacted the Australian police, revealing that during his backpacking trip in Australia in 1990, a man who called himself Bill tried to rob him at gunpoint, but fortunately he managed to escape. Thanks to the evidence, Paul identified Ivan Milat, prompting the police to search the suspect's home. They arrested him and found that he still possessed several firearms, sleeping bags, water bottles, a sword, maps of the forest where the crimes occurred, photographs of some victims, and foreign coins. In the year 1996, the Supreme Court of New South Wales put Milat on trial. Despite denying the charges for the 7 homicides and the attack on the British youth, Judge David Hull and the jury sentenced him to 7 life sentences without the possibility of parole. His life came to an end at Long Bay Correctional Centre on October 27th of 2000 due to esophageal and stomach cancer. Would you travel as a backpacker after learning this story? Share your thoughts in the comments below.